What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are traditional fans with opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. Dr. Stone, Season 4, Episode 17. So in this one, the advanced party gets to the Andes, where basically to cross it, they have to make this ropeway system using some components they have. Which Kohaku's able to jump across using the agility she gained by gathering the hot spring water for her sister. And so the group's able to reach the Amazon, and there's like a whole issue about of how they're gonna divide up the weight and gain the ropeway system because they don't know who to pair with Zeno and who to pair with Yoga due to neither one of them being trustworthy. But Sig decides just risk those two being together, the risk of them teaming up to betray them. Now, if one thing happens, Suka falls off the log, Kohaku saves her, Yoga, helps them up. So when the team reaches the Amazon, they start going through, the rainforest, down the Amazon River. They're trying to get to Manaus, Brazil. And it's, and basically where when they get there, because that's where the petrification beam originated from. So that was the epicenter. So they make some more tools to try to give it, or get some rubber boots, insect repellent, in order so that they don't get killed by wildlife. So Chrome has an idea of having like a way to protect their own from petrification. Is that have something that regularly drops the fluid on you while, so basically it's a way to counteract the Medusa device, but then Senku and Zeno state that to counteract that, it's possible that there's multiple Medusa devices in Monas to counteract that issue. So, basically, once they get there, they find a Medusa device, and they see this whole pyramid, a bunch of these golden Medusa devices. But it's like they're all arranged into like a pyramid. It's freaking insane. So yeah, I really liked it. Like what's setting up with how the Y Man, the Medusa devices look like what they're setting up. I thought the inventions were cool. Also Hyoga and Kawaku. And the whole random imagining of it being like a water park, like the Amazon River, that was pretty funny. Like, oh, I understand why in the world they did that, but I thought it was pretty funny. So yeah, I really like this episode. Looking forward to the next one. The Marshal King, Chapter 18. So in this one, so Jimu, Aldera, and Mira trying to figure out how to get more bounty money. So they decide to hunt this alleged monster in this cannon, the Devil's Cannon, in Grand Valley City. So it's a monster. So basically, it's a legend that's been going around for 100 years. So it could be like a Manny Desperado. So yeah, they decide to go after it. Then, potentially there's a chance of getting treasure. And, so basically, they use, the $3 that they got from bounties and then some of Mira's money to buy, you know, weapons, food, equipment, all that. Especially, pork and, especially, meat and beans to trip Jimu. So they pass by and there's a few jokes. So Mira jokes how Jimmy gets to travel with two women. Jimmy's like, what? Hmm. And then they notice this giant cactus. Jimmy Joe mentions how he would have eaten it, you know, in his past. Basically, he won't because he's eating pork and beans. So yeah, it's so funny. And basically how Mira jokes that there's like two women sleeping there, and she like calls Jimmy lucky. Jimmy's like, huh, what? And he just strips butt naked and falls asleep without a blanket. So because he's like, I guess apparently he just sleeps butt naked all the time, and he just never uses a blanket. Yeah. So they all get to Devil's Cannon. They all have 200 bullets apiece. Then basically they get a leader. So basically basically there's some discussion, but Jibu becomes the leader as a way to get for him to get experience. So they get there. There's like this giant wheel that like starts chasing them. It's like a booby trap. Then they hear this voice telling them to leave, and so Jibu shoots the wheel, then starts attacking the monster. So it's gonna lead into next week. So it looks like next week the fight against this monster whatever's gonna continue. So yeah, I really like this chapter. I thought the pork and beans was funny, and then Mira's comments that was funny. So yeah, I really like this chapter. Looking forward to the next one. South Park, season 27, episode 2. So in this one, Mr. Mackey is fired from his job as school counselor because South Park has to make cuts due to federal budget cuts. And so, with no options, he takes a job with the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. For I think it was like 100K within the show. I have no idea what they make in real life. I don't. And so he gets involved with arresting illegal immigrants. You know, Major locations include a Dora the Explorer show where basically Dora is arrested along with some audience members. Then they go to heaven to go after some of the illegals there, and like, so yeah, and so he's congratulated by Chrissy known for guess doing a good job as a rookie. Then Chrissy known there's like a running gag. There's some running gags with her. So one is she just shoots every dog she sees because it's to make fun of the fact that she put her dog down with the gun years before in real life. And, there's like her face keeps melting off because I guess in the show she has plastic surgery so she wants to look good for photo ops. Yeah, that's like her running gag. So like basically she has a bunch of people keep like re-putting the plastic back on. So what else is going on? So Clyde, like Mr. Mackey, has to as he put it, get his nut. Basically means pay monthly expenses. So Clyde, has started a podcast, and he's pissed off. So people like Wendy and Kyle are really pissed off. Basically says a bunch of very offensive stuff about Jews and women, and Stan like just doesn't want to get involved with it. I didn't really see Kenny too much. I can't remember what Kenny thought. Mertman's pissed off because he thinks Clyde is stealing his shtick. So Hartman appears as a guest, and basically, so Clyde even has to think about respecting his authority and like a lot of that. So it's so funny. So yeah, and so basically, Clyde it's just meant to be a parody of like a lot of your conservative podcasters who the media and some of your more liberal podcasters like to accuse of being racist, sexist, you know bigoted, whatever terms you want, whatever Islamophobe terms you want to bring up. Basically, like they get accused. I'm not saying these podcasters are any of that. I'm not even aware of all of them. Like, there's probably a lot. Are there maybe a few podcasters out there that might have some very extreme views I don't agree with? Maybe a few. I don't know, but a lot of the major ones, no, they just give it's false accusations. That's all it is. Like, I would not call people like Charlie Kirk, Tim Pool, um, Alex Stein, Glenn Beck, Patrick Bet David, GNG, D-Day Cobra, you know, like let's see, RK Outpost, Nerd Reich, Eric Jewell. I wouldn't call any of them like bigoted. I wouldn't call any of those people bigoted. They have a lot of very, either conservative or libertarian views, you know, and they have the right to that. Whether you agree with them, whether you disagree with them, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna call them bigoted, just whatever my views are. I agree with a lot of them on some things. I disagree with them on some things. Simple as that. Anyway, back to the episode. So basically, it's a very extreme like caricature of what how a lot of people in the media like to present, you know, conservative podcasters. Basically it's meant to be funny. It's not meant to be like, ooh, it's straight treading the truth. Like Doctor Who did recently. Gosh, what Doctor Who did was a disgrace. So Hartman's pissed, so he beats up Clyde and just hijacks his podcast, and he like looks like Charlie Kirk and like calls himself a master debater. So he just starts arguing with a bunch of retarded like liberal college girls, and like just basically just destroys them in arguments. And he says, or he says destroys them, and then edits out some of the ones who actually make good points. Which in real life is probably not a lot of editing down because as real most of the college students Charlie Kirk debates with are probably, I'm pretty sure almost all of them are retarded. Like almost all the people who like try to debate against Charlie Kirk, they're probably all retarded. Most of them are retarded. There's a few that probably make good points, but it's not a lot. And it's probably the same with Cartman in this episode. So yeah, so in this so Clyde and Cartman both attend the award ceremony for whoever's the best master debater, and Clyde wins the Charlie Kirk Award for young master debaters. Cartman's pissed off, so Clyde gets a free vacation. So Mackey, due his performance as a rookie, he's invited to Mar-a-Lago to meet President Donald Trump. And who wants to help him get with his nut with a promotion to have Mackey replace Christy Nome's face at DHS because basically Nome's face freaks out Trump. So Mackey's disturbed by a lot of stuff he sees in Mar-a-Lago. There's a lot of degeneracy, so Trump being naked a lot. You have Satan there. You have JD Vance grabbing some baby oil for Trump, I guess, to use on Satan. You have Dora the Explorer was trafficked there to like massage, I guess, some elderly guest. So Mackie like starts running around trying to get out. He finds Clyde, who basically both of them they did all their stuff to make money, but none of them are happy. So they like just try to get out of there. And them and Dora escape, and while it's going, Crypto I guess tries to help, but Crypto gets shot by Christy Gnome. That bit was funny. I thought it was really funny. Crypto getting killed. And so then, Mackie, Clyde, Dora escaped, and Christendom's like job well done. So Christendom then shoots up a dog grooming salon. I thought that was so yeah, I thought this was a really good episode. I thought it was great. The humor was there. I would like them to make fun of the left more. Like actually do more jokes with making fun of both sides. But yeah, I thought this was still a really good episode, and looking forward to the next one. And that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you can put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.